know the block rulers? So they have a groove in them so that you're able to fit them right up into the seam and make them perfect every time. So I make all of my Flying Geese units. You can make 4 at a time with 2 squares of light and dark fabrics. And so what you do is you cut it's 2 squares. It's not 2 of each. It's 1 light and 1 dark. And so I use the quilt in a day method of making these, and then I square them up with the block ruler. And so that's what I'll show you right here. So it'll tell you in the instructions what size you need to cut based on what size you're gonna make in your blocks. And I'm using a 3x6. So you take a light square and a dark square, make a line diagonally, sew on either side of it, and cut it down the middle. After you've cut it, you turn it. I've gotten them out of order. After you've cut it, then you've got these 2 pieces. So you're going to put your dark to your light and your light to your dark, corner to corner. And you are going to draw a line down the center, sew on either side again. After you've cut that apart, what you have are these 2 pieces here, where you've now cut them apart. When you look at it, you can see you've got your Flying Geese units in there. So that's where you're going with it. In the instructions, it tells you that the next step is to take these points and put them together and to snip right up to the seam so that you can press them in opposite directions. I'm going to tell you to cut all the way through that seam so that you have more than almost 3/4 of an inch in there. You are not going to hurt anything by going ahead and cutting it a little bit further and opening that seam so that when you get ready to press these, it will lay flat because one will turn one direction and one will go the other. And you can see this was to the dark, so we're here going to press that side to the dark. Then on this one, that was to the dark, we're going to press it to the dark, and right there in the center, it's perfectly flat. So you're not going to have any problem with that little hump that goes on in there, and it's not going to mess up your point when you get there. Then you set this ruler down, right, it's got those grooves, right into that, it fits right up in there, you can feel it seat itself. And you're going to cut it out. This is a perfect place to use the round, it's not round, is it? To use the rotary spinning cutting mat. It'll work on any. You just have to pick the piece up and you pick the ruler up. If you're going to turn it, make sure you turn the ruler as well. And then you're going to trim that up. And it's going to have no bunny ears, perfect points, perfect 1/4 inch down here. And you get 4 of them out of those 2, like the dark piece of fabric, you'll get 4 of them every single time.